Welcome to Delta Lake playlist. In this playlist, we are going to see in detail all the features of a Delta Lake and how Delta Lake is different from the data lake. Since this is an introduction video, we are going to see the definition of a Delta Lake and how it is different from a data lake. I am excited to start this playlist. I am sure this playlist is going to be very interesting. Let's get into the details. Before we get into the details of a delta lake, we need to know what is ACID transaction. ACID stand for atomicity, consistency, isolation and durability. Let's assume you are sending money from your account to your friend's account. If $100 is debited from your account, it should be credited to your friend's account. This is one transaction. Atomicity works in all or none principle. If $100 is debited from your account, it should be credited to your friend's account. If something happens in the middle, the whole transaction has to be reverted back. There should not be an instance like the money is debited from your account and it is not credited to your friend's account. Now coming to the consistency, a transaction has to be consistent. There should not be a case where you transferred $100 to your friend and your friend received only $50. This is not a consistent transaction, right? The consistent means that a database must be consistent before and after the transaction. Now coming to the isolation, let's assume you are transferring $100 to your friend's account. In the meantime, one of your friend is sending you $200. The $100 that you are transferring to your friend's account should not interrupt the $200 that you are receiving from a different friend. One transaction should not interrupt another transaction. This is called isolation. Now coming to the durability, you have made a successful transfer to your friend's account and immediately there is an outage or a system failure occurs. So the system failure should not affect the successful transactions that are happened before. This is called durability. Before we get into the delta lake, we need to know what is a data lake. First of all, data lake is not a database. It is a large data storage service for unstructured data. It can store any amount of data in any format. Some of the drawbacks of data lake are it does not support ACID properties. That means that if there is any job failure, the data lake may lead to inconsistent data. There is no schema enforcement in data lake. Since data lake is just a raw data store, it does not support schema enforcement. Data lake does not support updates. It is difficult to make any updates to the files that are stored in the data lake. And data lake does not support any versioning control. Now let's see what is a delta lake. A delta lake is a open source storage framework that brings reliability to the data lake. What it means is that all the drawbacks we saw in the data lake are rectified in the delta lake. Delta lake brings ACID transaction capabilities to the data lake. It supports schema enforcement, it supports updates, and it also supports versioning. And there are a lot more features to the delta lake which we will be seeing in detail in the upcoming videos. I hope this video gives an introduction to the delta lake. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.